Moin meine Freunde, ich hatte gerade ein Interview mit dem Clash Mini Community Manager Vlad und er hat einige Fragen von euch, der Community, und mir beantwortet. Quasi einen eigenen State-Channel, allerdings wollte ich ihn keine Stunde lang zubabbeln, deswegen habe ich natürlich nur die wichtigsten Fragen dran genommen und er hat sehr ausführlich darauf geantwortet und vielleicht schon den einen oder anderen Spoiler zum nächsten Update gegeben. Außerdem hat er sogar eine Frage über Clash Heroes beantwortet. Es wird also spannend, bleibt dran. Wenn ihr nichts mehr verpassen wollt, euch solche Sachen gefallen, ne, dann lasst gerne ein Like und einen Kommentar da und abonniert meinen Channel, würde ich mich drüber freuen. Wir fangen an mit dem Video, let's go! Bevor wir jetzt aber richtig reingehen ins Interview, kurz noch zwei Sachen vorher. Erstens, meine Englisch-Skills sind bodenlos. Ich musste heute feststellen, dass ich nicht mal vernünftig Englisch ablesen kann. Also seid mir nicht übel, wenn mein Englisch wirklich sehr, sehr schlimm klingt. Das müsst ihr mir verzeihen. Ich habe das Beste gegeben, was ich konnte. Hat mehr oder weniger gut geklappt. Und zweitens gab es leider ein kleines Problem mit Vlads erster Videoaufnahme, so dass wir das Interview zweimal durchführen müssen. Also wer mich aus dem Stream kennt, weiß, dass ich auch oft technische Probleme habe. Das passiert halt manchmal. Allerdings ist das zweite Interview vom Inhalt halt längst nicht so gut gewesen wie das erste. Ich meine, das erste war halt super spontan. Vlad kannte die Fragen noch nicht und so. Das war halt viel, viel cooler. Deswegen habe ich mich dazu entschlossen, dass ich das erste Interview nehme, mit meinem Video quasi, aber die Aufnahme vom Vlads zweiten Video, die dann funktioniert hat, oben einblende. Das heißt, seine Lippensynchronisation passt nicht ganz zu dem, was er sagt, aber ich denke mal, das ist nicht so wichtig wie der Inhalt. So habt ihr zumindest trotzdem ein Video von ihm, könnt ihn sehen. Verzeiht mir, da technische Probleme passieren. Jetzt aber rein da. Hello Vlad,
Yeah.
how are you?
Very good, very good. I've been very busy with the update 5. We're still packaging things up a few weeks before the update goes out. For you guys, the creators,
Yes.
there is a lot of work to be done on the art side. As you may have noticed, the game is changing a lot from the art perspective, from the gameplay perspective, from music perspective, from everything. So it's going to be a major update for us. So yeah, a lot of work to do.
Oh yes, me too. I'm busy too. I'm currently preparing my sneak peek videos. It's so much work because I want to improve my quality a lot this time. So far, always I've done everything spontan without a script. Now I'm writing everything down and trying to make the videos more exciting.
It's awesome. I really appreciate you sticking to the game for such a long time because it's hard to make content for a game that didn't have any updates for like 4 months. So
yes.
I definitely appreciate your patience. But I think after you tried update 5, you understand why it took us that long. So
Yes, of course. The last month are the hardest.
No, yeah. I mean, just like, we tried to do the final balance changes. We tried to do a few other things, but I know that everybody wants new content. Everybody wants the new update. So, yeah.
Yes, we all are hyped. I have prepared some questions from my community and a few for myself, but do not worry, it should not be a state channel, so many questions are not. I try to take almost only questions that are not so update 5 specific because they are answered anyway in the sneak peeks. My first question: are tournament standard spectator mode, profiles and social planned in one of the next updates, or are other things more important for now? The community really wants to play cool tournaments.
Yeah, I know. So the esports features for the game obviously would come if we were to like go global at some point.
Yes.
The reason, like, so basically we were discussing these features, but in order for us to make a fun game, I feel like we need to make the core gameplay more deep, more interesting for longer term, and then, you know, once we have the solid game base, I think it is very obvious that we need to have spectator mode and observer and replays and profile history of matches and all of these features in the game at some point.
Yes.
And so yeah, it is a list, and actually, considering competitive scene, we would definitely talk to you guys, the creators, as well about these features. So we would probably make a group, with you, HEIßE, Enchanten, Full Frontage, all of these guys that know how to play competitive games and have been playing competitive games for a while, and then probably assemble a list of features that you guys want to see first, and then we basically go down the list and integrate and implement those things as we come closer to a global moment. But the game isn't going to go global unless we make a solid game to begin with. So if people actually do love the game like as it is, then we can go ahead and make these features as well. So yeah, that's the current thinking, at least for these features. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds very cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's a cool thing with HEIßE and Enchanten and so. Nice. Very cool answer.
Yeah.
Next one. Is it possible to introduce a name change in the social update as well? So in one
Yeah,
of the
it would
next?
be nice. But we also have a lot of work to do regarding kind of names overall. So basically, like as a player, I would love to have like the feature where you can have your clan in front of your name.
Oh
so your
yes,
clan tag.
yes.
Then also like being able to have your player ID or an easy way to add friends, obviously in the friend list, and then obviously on top of that being able to change your name. Maybe first time it's free, the next time it will cost or
Yes.
something like that. Like the normal stuff.
Yes, yes.
I think that's something that we would expect. So yeah, I would love to see that as well. But I really don't have any timeline on it. Honestly, we didn't consider these things so much that deeply yet, because these are quality of life improvements that I definitely agree with. But yeah, as you saw, update 5 was all about the core game, the hero progression, the way the game looks, the way the game plays, complexity of the game, all that kind of stuff. And so like if people really do like the game and the game is played even more but by the people, then we'll get to those as well. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, the clan tag idea is very fine too. I love to see clans in the game when you see your name and under the clan. That's so nice in Clash Royale. Is it possible that you can again see decks of the top 1000 but with a delay of maybe 10 minutes? The feature was very cool. Only that its real time is very impractical and currently you can still snipe decks via clans also. There are many wish and delay.
Yeah, so delay, yeah, we would. I'm not sure if we are introducing the delay again or not. I will have to double check. I'm actually not sure if update 5 is going to have that. But in ideal world, you should be able to go to your profile and just as a player, I'm not saying that this is something that we would work on, but as a player, I would love to see the option where you can just turn off for a certain moment what decks you're showing to the public, right?
Yes.
So if you're playing an important tournament, you maybe don't want to show your current deck and publicly, and then like once the tournament is over, you can turn it back on. So that may be one solution. But yeah, I mean, again, we come back to this topic of like competitive play, and I know that we want like to support that with a bunch of features, but it's another thing that is like on the list that we want to come back to and actually do it properly instead of having like these kind of weird solutions, kind of like
Yes, yes.
introduce forced delay instead of like actually having a feature that actually works guaranteed and nobody has to guess how is it going to work. So yeah.
Yes, I think it's early enough when it comes with a esport update someday.
Yeah, totally. I would expect one of the updates to have a bunch of esport features as well at some point.
Yes, yes, yes. Will the clan level become even more relevant at some point, or do you already have general plans for how the clan feature should look at some point?
Yeah. A very long time ago, we had a meeting as a team where we were talking about like what is the big picture of the clans, right? Like what is the end? How does the end feature look like? You know, like if we were to make this feature fully in one day, and obviously, kind of we imagined clan wars in a way, and the clan wars had a bunch of crazy ideas where we would have like actually clans competing against each other in a special kind of timed boss fight through a bunch of waves, a bunch of PvE levels that they have to beat together in a certain amount of time. But then also, it was very interesting idea where the players and the clan would be able to collect pieces of the bosses that they would kill in the previous waves, and then use those pieces to make their own boss and put it in front of other clans and kind of challenge them to beat that boss. So that was like a very, very cool idea that we were thinking about. So we wanted kind of clan wars to be a little bit less about PvP and a little bit more about kind of like competitive PvE, if you would, imagine that kind of thing. So that was something that got me really excited.
Yes, it sounds
so-
very cool.
Yeah, and so like we were thinking, it's like what does it take to do that? And we are aware that like having one lava golem it doesn't really motivate too many people to do the clan and play in the clan yet. But it is like 0.1 version of the feature, right?
Yes.
And so we would love to expand it and have more bosses and have more different phases and events inside of the clan that people can fight in. And on a certain days and a certain weekends, there's different bosses and different rewards you can get and stuff like that. So that would be really cool.
Yeah, that sounds very, very interesting. I like deep PvE. I like it very much. So I was a Clash Quest player. I like PvE.
Yeah, exactly. And so like it will be really cool to see that. And I used to play World of Warcraft a lot, and actually in that game you have mythic dungeon raids, and basically it is pretty much like speed running PvE content, right? Like having you and 4 other team members kind of like be as efficient as possible in clearing dungeons together. And so that was something that I really liked quite a bit. But I'm not a game designer, and
Yes.
I wish we would come back one day to such big and great ideas that we were thinking about at that time. So yeah, I think one day clans would definitely come back into like polish mode and introduce more features and more exciting content in it. But for now, it's very much kind of a niche feature where
Yes.
a lot of like best friends or very active players can get some rewards from it. But for everybody else, I think it's a hidden feature because not many people actually know that there is a lava golem inside of the clan at all, actually. So that's kind of funny. So we definitely need to do a better job at educating players that this feature is indeed valuable. And we also need to make it more fun overall. And we are
Yes,
aware.
fun is
Yeah.
the priority. Yes, very cool. It's a cool idea. Next question from one of my community. Will more countries be added before the global release? Especially perhaps smaller countries similar to Germany, such as Switzerland. That was the case in Everdale.
Okay, so we may consider some more countries at some point, but I'm not 100% sure when.
Okay.
But if we do, I will let you know because obviously you are one of our creators and you will know earlier than everybody else, so you can prepare and announce it. But yeah, I think with update 5 especially, it does make sense for us to potentially try and open it up in a few more places. Yeah.
Oh yes. Well, Switzerland or Austria, it will be cool for us German creators to be bigger on YouTube and socials.
Yeah, the problem with countries where Germany is spoken though is that we don't really have a German localization in the game. So we if we were to open up the game inside of the country where German is spoken, we would probably want to also localize our game into German, right? Like, so you can have an option as a German language inside of the app. So people that don't speak good English or don't want to play games in English, they want to play it in German, they have that choice. But we currently don't really have like a capacity to like localize the game in more languages than Spanish and English for now. But obviously, you know, if we were to one day go beyond, then obviously we would support all the languages just like any other Supercell game does. So that's something to just keep in mind, because it is a lot of work for a beta game to kind of translate and localize everything in all of these languages at the same time.
Yeah, but the people who don't understand the game, they must then watch my videos.
Yeah, that's true.
So, okay. This question. I like this question. When will there be limited challenges in which you can compete? For example, select battles or selection battles or the like, which you then have to do in a certain time. So like in Clash Royale, Grand Tournament or so. So weekly challenges.
I think the future of the game would definitely include some kind of events, some kind of challenges that we would have. You know, new game modes that we would add to the game in a certain time, in a certain period, with special rewards that you can get from it. But I would not copy the events.
Yes, that's clear.
We would obviously create our own versions of these events. But yeah, I think there were quite a bit of ideas where we were like having quite a bit of original thoughts on how that would look like in our game. So I think after update 5, if you know, players are very excited about the game and we kind of reignited the passion for Clash Royale after update 5, I feel like you can definitely expect something like that to happen, because I think that's something that's natural for the game to have. You know, time limited events or something exclusive, something brand new that you can get and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of that. So I would love to see that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I think everybody likes time events. It's a challenge and that's cool.
Yeah.
One of the last questions. The question is hard. What are 3 things does Clash Mini need for the dev team to be happy enough to go global?
I mean, there are no 3 things. I feel like there is only one thing. I think that, like, you know, the players, the game needs to be good enough so the players genuinely like to stay in the game and love to play the game long term. One of the things that the game at the beginning from beta it didn't do too well was that you would kind of max out your deck and you would get to like legendary and then you would really not have anything else to do.
Yes.
And so there was no long-term progression. There was no interest from people to kind of keep playing the game because you would not get much from that. And so we needed to solve those things. We needed to solve the problem of the game not being only fun in the first week, but also being fun, like, you know, if the game goes global, it needs to be fun for 10 years.
Yes, of course.
You know, like Clash of Clans, right? Like,
yes.
And so we need to, we once we figure that out, and once players are getting into the game after update 5 and they understand that the hero levels and hero abilities and mini changes and all of these things and collectibles and all of these things that you can get from the game now are something that you can get and unlock over time and kind of like work towards, I think then we have a game that definitely would go global. So we need to see how the community reacts and how does the community respond to all the changes, and if they're positive and we are on the right track, I'm pretty sure we're going to be pretty close to that moment. And then obviously, you know, we would probably take, you know, a little bit more time to kind of like polish the game and get more things going. But, you know, it's really that simple. The game just simply needs to be fun long term. It's that's all that matters really. So yeah.
I think the community will take it very positively. Update 5. I'm always very critical, and I love it. Okay.
Yeah. I did see your messages. I did see your messages as well after you played update 5 a little bit, and I was very surprised
Yes, it's
that you like the change.
I love everything on the update. I don't want to spoiler, but it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's the first update. I have to say it's nearly 10 of 10. 9 of 10. So a little bit more is maybe possible, but I think it's the best what you can do at the moment. I love it.
Yeah. And also, like, you can see that there was a lot of passion put into the game.
Yes.
Our art team finally delivered the game that looks like it is a Clash game that comes from the year 2022. So it looks much more modern. It also, spoiler, there is a new music for the game as well that you did not have in the dev build.
Oh yes.
But I did to you, so you will be able to reveal that as well later. So we just wanted to imagine the game how would a Clash game look in the year 2022 instead of in the year 2011, right? So that's something that we really felt passionate about, and that's why our art team basically reworked everything visually in the game. So yeah.
Yes, I love the visual effects in Clash Mini. I think that's the thing from Supercell. So that's one of the best game designs on the mobile market. Also, I love it.
Yeah.
Do you think that many new players will come to Update 5?
Hopefully.
Yes.
I think that the way it looks, the way it sounds, the way the creators react to the game, I think a lot of old players are going to come back as well.
Yes.
And with that, the old players are going to bring their friends and, tell them, hey, finally, now you can try this game and you're not going to get bored in like 2 weeks from now. It's like that kind of stuff. Like we really want to kind of like see how new players react as well to it. And, if the creators can get their new friends excited for the game, then we know that we are on the right track.
Yes, okay, yes, it sounds clearly. Okay, I think we are done with Clash Mini questions, but I have 2 questions more. A question that doesn't really fit here, but has been asked many times. When we hear something from Clash Heroes again.
Oh yeah, I mean, I said on my Twitter actually that if we have something to announce about the game, we will publicly, like very quickly.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much for now that we have.
Yes. Okay.
Because the team is still working. We've been still working on the game, so that's pretty much it. But yeah, we just take our time with the way we want to make games. So it is going to take some more time as well for any major update that we can deliver publicly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So many people think Clash Heroes will die, and I say no. I think they work a lot on it. Okay, Vlad, thank you. I have only one very last question from me.
Mm-hmm.
When you will follow me back on Twitter?
What?
When will you follow me back
I did not follow you on Twitter? What's happening?
Yes. We know us 1 year.
What? Done. It is complete. There we go. Problem solved. I did not even realize I did not follow you. Oh my god! Like that's my mistake. I'm sorry.
Fine. Okay, cool. Yes, thank you for the interview. It was very fine, very cool. It was, of course, I was very nervous because of my bad English skills. I hope it's okay for you. But I think it was fine. Okay, thank you, Vlad.
Oh yeah, I know you will edit this video for your followers, so no worries for the subscribers. So, yeah, no worries. And thank you so much for all the coverage so far on the channel and for all the passion. And I cannot wait for the next week when we start rolling things out to the community and showing them everything that we've been working on for such a long time.
Oh yes, I think the community will love it too. Okay,
hopefully.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yes. Thank you, lad. Ja, meine Freunde, das war's mit dem Video. Wie gesagt, das mit der Lippensynchronisation hat nicht ganz gepasst. Wir haben aber unser Bestes gegeben. Ich hoffe, das Interview hat euch trotzdem gefallen. Wenn ja, lasst gerne ein Like und einen Kommentar da. Wir sehen uns im nächsten Video. Haut rein, meine Freunde. Bye, bye. Psy.